2000 Arctic Cat ZRT Triple. ZRT, yeah, ZRT Triple. So, I just got back from picking up my next victim. Some of you guys may know I have a few snowmobiles, and I decided to add this one to my horde. Oh yeah. So, I thought I'd make this video kind of like a how-to slash hint slash tip slash reminder type deal on what to look for when buying a snowmobile. I figured this would be a perfect one considering it's got a shitload of problems with it. So, yeah, so I just picked this up and I picked it up for 800 bucks. Couldn't beat that deal. It's performance, everything. I have stock pipes and I have the performance pipes in there. It's jetted 40 over. It's possibly bored over. I'm waiting for the guy to get back to me on that part. He has to contact the original owner because pretty much the deal is with this sled. The original owner had a mentally challenged son, and I guess they let him ride it one time, and he completely stoved in the front end here and crashed it, knocked out the belly pan, the bumper, as you can see the hood hinge, and a few other odds and ends and stuff. And then the guy that I bought it off of, his intentions were to fix it, but he didn't know what he was doing, so he lost quite a bit of money. He was telling me that he paid $400 for a parts machine that was just like a chassis and a rear end and no motor pretty much. And he paid for this thing, I think he said like $1,600 or something ridiculous originally. And this was just a little over a year ago. He bought it, I guess, in October. So, I guess now it's in my hands. He didn't quite know how to fix it because there's a problem with the one exhaust pipe. It's dented in, and which is causing it a little bit to not fire right. And he didn't know if he could be able to put, he thought he could put the stock pipes back on, but you can't run the stock pipe due to the fact that it's, that because the jets are bored out, I guess, 40, and possibly it has a big bore in the cylinders. This is a 3-cylinder 800. So yeah, I picked it up for 800 bucks. Not a bad deal for around here anyway. And I'll show you some of the things that's up with it, and we'll show you along what to look for when buying a sled. So yeah, the first thing what you want to do is you want to look at your two skis. You want to make sure they're perfectly straight, that they're not out a little bit this way or out that way. You want to make sure they're straight on. Next up, just kind of look in the hood, see if there's any cracks or anything. As you can see, there's still a crack from the accident that the kid had. Also look at your paint. As you can see, my paint is not that good. I have been told that the original owner, I guess, just kind of sort of cleared right over the other stuff, and now, well, it's starting to crack a little bit, but I might have a solution for that come in the future. Next up we want to do is you want to inspect your windshield. Around the state of New Hampshire, you can't ride with any cracks in the windshield. No cracks in the windshield, as you can see, pretty decent. Next up what you want to do is just, you know, look underneath, look at your A-arms. If you got any bent A-arms, that's going to be a problem. Definitely going to get those changed out. As you can see, mine are pretty damn nice. My cousin PJ, he had noticed that I have one Fox float shock. I mean, not Fox float shock, it's just a Fox shock, adjustable, and this one is not. So I'm probably going to get those interchanged, maybe just put a new set of Fox on it. Don't really know yet, so that'll be in the future. Next up we want to look at is pretty much a tunnel. Just see if it's straight or not. As you can see, mine's pretty damn straight. No dents, no nothing in it. Looks pretty good. We'll check out this side. Looks to be in pretty good shape. Next up what you want to do when you're looking at the back end here, check your bumper. See if it's ever been crashed or whatever. In this case it has. Right there. A little bit of a crack, and as you can see there's quite a big space there. Definitely been rear-ended once before. While you're back here, might as well look at the track. Got my little snap-on light here. Let's take a look at the track. See what kind of condition the track is in. Studded, 148 studs on it. As you can see, there are some problems there, but that's no big deal. I mean, if you see a lot of them, you're probably eventually going to want to replace it, but this one looks pretty good. I had it spun around. I wanted to make sure that there were no pullouts on it. Sure enough, no pullouts. This track was replaced, which is pretty sweet. This sled came from A1 Sports Center, Manchester, New Hampshire. High performance. Oh yeah. Next up, come on. Next up, what you want to do is you want to check all your bearings. Kind of sort of wiggle your bogey wheels, and if you want, loosen up your back. A little stretcher bolt here for the track, and it just kind of sort of fill it around. This is already loosened up, and I've already checked them all over, and all the bearings seem pretty good. I would imagine that they did it when they replaced the track on it, along with the sliders. Next thing you want to look at is your sliders. You want to see, make sure it's not run down. Sometimes you can kind of sort of see a little run line on it. This one does. And just kind of sort of ballpark it. And usually if it's pretty thin, it's usually, if it's a ½ inch thick or less, time to replace the skids. So these ones are actually a little bit bigger, about 5/8, so we'll probably get about, another 2 years out of them. Also, you want to look at your nose rail pieces. In my case, I am going to be changing those out. They're pretty worn. So that's going to have to be changed out, definitely. Actually, if you want to look at your rear suspension, make sure nothing else is bent in there. As you can see, nothing's bent in my area. Same deal with the shock. Sometimes you can adjust these. Where's the adjuster on this one? Right here. You can adjust them to more tensions and stuff like that. This right now is on the low tension, so it's more softer. You just pretty much stick a pry bar in there and just turn it up and it'll come up. But as you can see, the suspension's not too bad. Returns right up, no problems. That's awesome. Next up, just kind of sort of go underneath here. Look at what you got for damage underneath here. Any things in your tunnel like what I got. Definitely hit something there. Luckily, if you look right where your heat exchanger is, which this is, it did not hit it, so I got very lucky by the previous owner. I'm probably going to be changing, probably putting a little plate or something in there so that we know snow and shit gets up in there into the steering column area. So that's going to have to be changed out. Probably have to figure something out there, maybe just put a new skid plate on it. They're pretty cheap. But luckily my heat exchanger is safe. Also, you want to look at your exhaust system. Exhaust looks pretty good. No really problems there. This has a D&D silencer in it, so this is a little bit different setup. And guys, this goes for all snowmobiles. Polaris, Yamaha, Ski-Doo. Pretty much it's all the same deal. Just gotta look at them. Me, I'm an Hardcat fan. Next up, also when you're underneath, look at your radiator coolers. Your little radiator piece right here. Make sure there's no holes, no dents or anything there. As you can see, mine looks pretty good. Could use a little bit of a paint job, but other than that, it looks pretty good. Next up, your seat. Obviously, I got the redneck job right here, all duct taped together. So I'm eventually going to need a new seat, which isn't really a big deal. So, yeah. Then you get your little dash column. This has 2,720 miles on it. It is not too bad, actually, considering my 700, my ZR700 just has a little over 3,000. Might be 4,000. Don't really remember. So yeah, I just want to check into that. Check your pull rope. As you can see, mine's got a lot of compression anyway. And pull rope looks pretty good. If it's frayed, you're probably going to want to replace that. As you can see, they gave me a little bit extra. Looks like I might need a new handle soon. They must have busted it at one time. Duct tape again. Duct tape fixes everything. Pretty much this sled does not run, so I can't fire it up for you. I can't tell you how it runs. I'll show you why once I open up the hood. But those are just some of the outside things to look for. Check your master cylinder. When you have the hood open, squeeze the trigger. Make sure your brakes are collapsing and everything. So check those out. Make sure your switches work. If you have it running, check all your switches, make sure your hand warmers work and stuff like that, your kill switch and all that good stuff. But apparently this sled does not run right now due to the fact that the pipes on it need to be changed out or fixed. Other than that, the sled's pretty decent. No cracks in the little headlight here, so that's pretty good. You know, just check your little ball joints underneath here, just kind of wiggle them. If you got a lot of play, probably want to replace them. Just bring them back and forth. Probably could use a little oil in them, but no play, which is pretty good. Just check here. Got a little bit of play to it, but it should be all set. Check your steering. Turns pretty nice actually. Turns really nice. Same on this side, do the same deal. Check everything over. Not bad. Sometimes what you want to do is check your shock, kind of so I just lean onto one side, and sometimes you can push it down, make sure it retracts. Mine is retracting, but I am going to get new shocks for it anyway, so that works pretty good. Next up, what you can do is check your carbides, lift up on your ski, have someone underneath look at them, see if I can lift them up a little bit. I do believe mine are probably going to need to be changed, possibly. Can't really tell because I haven't had anyone underneath it yet. So I'll probably be changing those out. They're pretty cheap anyway, about 45 bucks for a set. You know. But yeah, so there's the outside overview. Now for the inside. Now, what you want to do is you always want to check, make sure your hood opens correctly. Mine does not open correctly due to the fact that it's been crashed, like I said. So let's open the hood up a little bit. I'm going to set you guys down right here. And I'll open up the hood. Okay, so we got the hood open. As you can see, we have Simon CRP, CPR exhaust system on it. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Let me grab my light. And this is why it's not firing, due to the fact that the exhaust is completely stoved in. So we're going to get these things shipped out to a machinist at Simon's there. I guess they're going to take a look at them. I got to give them a call tomorrow. Like I said, I just picked the sled up probably about an hour and a half ago. Also, if you have a PSI checker, check your cylinders. I have 148 pretty much in each cylinder, which isn't too bad. Might be a little bit more. I mean, usually ballpark, it's pretty much what it is. I have not yet checked it. Usually it should be around 148. I've not yet checked these, but I imagine it pulls over pretty good. I mean, you can tell pretty much. I mean, if you have a hard time pulling over, well, not hard time, but average, then pretty much you're all set. Next up, just check your tools. Sometimes your tools will be in a different spot. My tools are all there, which is pretty cool. Check your liquids, if they need to be filled up or not. Also, you can check how well the owner was by checking the oil. As you can see, they ran the good stuff, the synthetic. So that's awesome. Looks like my antifreeze is just a little bit low. No big deal. We can fill that up. I got a big jug of it sitting right over there. The Articat stuff. Oh yeah. Check your fuel shutoff. See if it works. Fuel shutoff works. Check your throttle. Can always do that. Boom, boom, boom. Stuff like that. But there's going to be quite a bit of work done in this sled, so I just wanted to go over some stuff that is up with it. Also check your belts. Make sure you have a spare belt, as you can see I do. And check the belt that's on it right now. Belt looks to be brand new. And it also has a D&D clutch kit on it. D&D clutch. Carburetor. Looks like it's been tearing apart. If this piece right here is black, that means it's got an original Articat system on it. For reeds, this actually has a V-Force reed system on it because it is brass. So that's awesome. But you can also check your choke cable, make sure it's good. Yep, we're choking just fine. Check them all, as you can see. slowly moving. So that pretty much sums up just some of the stuff you should look for when buying a sled. And if mine ran, I would show you how it ran, but I have not yet tested it yet. So I guess I'll just give you guys a ballpark on what to look for when buying a sled. And in my case, I think I got a pretty good deal considering I just got to change out the seat, the little tunnel part, fix the hood a little bit, and get my pipe straightened out. And maybe look into some new shocks and carbides. So definitely, if you like my videos, subscribe. Always got something new coming in the shop. Mainly work on tractors, but every now and then we'll go out buy a new snowmobile. Oh yeah, guys. I'll talk to you guys all, well, pretty much by the end of the day, because I make a video every day. And, yeah. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk to you guys later. Where's the damn end button? Son of a